So welcome back everyone. It is Sunday morning, January 1st, the first day of 2017, first day of the new year. We got about 30 degrees outside, got about 8 inches, 6 to 8 inches of fresh snow last night. It's always nice to wake up to that. It kind of freshens everything up, but there's a little bit more to plow. So today is kind of a lazy day. Mrs. W has got a bit of a cold, so she's going to stay inside. And I've just a great opportunity for me to tie up a bunch of loose ends and just kind of a day of chores around the homestead. So today's video is not going to be on any particular topic. It's just going to be kind of just a day in the life. So let's just get started. You guys pull up a chair. If you don't have one already, get yourself a nice cup of coffee or your favorite beverage. And come on and we'll just hang out today. First on the list, we're going to replace the filter on the diesel tank. This is I think it's about a 60-gallon diesel tank or so. And I put this is a water separating filter. And if you look on the bottom here, it's got a little valve there. And of course, you know, water and oil, they have different, you know, the diesel floats up to the top and then the water goes on the bottom. So it's a water trap. It catches it in the bottom because, you know, these new engines, you just don't want to, you really have to have clean diesel in them. They burn really efficiently and they're a little tighter tolerances on everything, and there's a little water in there. This diesel tank was given to me by a friend years ago, and you know, it was used, so you never know what's in there, so you don't want whatever goobers and crummies are in there to get into your engine. So I don't have a filter in here now because I took it out to take with me to match it up at Napa. So I did find the brand new one here. I'll just put that right back in there and run it through the filter again. Oh, look at that. We got, see, that's not what that's why you have external filters there. You don't want all that stuff in your tractor. Tractor's got good filtration itself, you know, so this is, you know, it would take care of those things, but this is a lot easier to deal with this here. Tractor's got its own filter redundancy built into it, but I don't want to put dirty fuel in there. I want that to last as long as possible. That looks good. Get that. That junk out of there. A nice. That's better. So this filter here, you do have the option when you buy these. The original one was a goldenrod. That's my favorite brand. But Napa's got their own brand. They didn't have the goldenrod one here, and I compared it. It looks like the same thing. This one's nice because it's got it filters water. It won't let water pass through it, and it comes with a new gasket. So that's pretty good. Let's put that new gasket in there. I'd be willing to bet that there's more equipment failures that guys, you know, sell it, give it away, throw it away. That things that quit working, small engines, big engines, because of dirty fuel. That's probably good to replace that. That was getting a little bit hard. That's a nice touch there to give us a new gasket. I like that. I like to work out of a tool cart. I found it to be more efficient than a locking toolbox because I don't have to worry about my tools getting stolen, you know, because I'm not working with other people. But this is one of these little snap-on little bent little tools, I don't know what you call them, like a little ice pick with a bend on it. Is so handy for things like this, O-rings and such. So this new filter should just thread right in there. So I was saying, so many equipment failures because of dirty or bad fuel, gas that goes bad, and they're just thrown away. I know guys that make a pretty good a lot of extra income by buying all this machinery, small engines, chainsaws, and things that guys can't get to start just because it's got bad fuel in it. And I clean everything out, and some of the things are brand new, been used once, put away, not used for a couple of years, get all varnished up, and that's same. So really protect your fuel. Do whatever it takes to keep it clean. So one issue I've had with the tractor is that when filling it up with fuel, it came equipped with this little filter right here. And the problem with it is it's so fine that it just takes too long to fit. It's too fine. Here, I'll show you what I mean. See how slow it takes to fill this tank at 15 gallons and use this filter. I would estimate would take probably about an hour. So, problem with that, no one's going to use it. They're just simply not going to use it, and then you don't have any protection going in to the tank. So, I'll show you what my solution is here. This is my favorite funnel. It can be used for everything, and my dad gave this to me and said, "You're really going to like this." It's made by Mr. Funnel. I'm going to put these, I think they're on Amazon. I'll put them on my store, wranglermart.com. This is a great investment. So what's nice about this is you can use it with any liquid, whether it's diesel or with gasoline, and it's got a filter in there. I don't know if you can see it, but you can clean it out. I've had mine for years, and it's just going strong, but it separates everything. It separates any contaminants, and it will not let water pass through it into your fuel. So if you don't have a big diesel tank with a dedicated type of a pump like I do, but you want to make sure that you have clean gas, water free, because even your cans, they'll get condensation. They'll get condensation in them, and a lot of liquid in there. So this is really a great insurance. So I got a new grease gun. Use this to grease our equipment. Very important. My old ones I had two grease guns that I've fought with for years. I think both of them were for Harbor Freight, and they were just rubbish. So this one here, Napa sells it under their own brand. It's made by Lincoln. They make they're not the name that they used to be, but they're still pretty good. They used to make the good jacks, but it's good heavy duty. It's got the bleeder. That's what you want to look for. It's got the bleeder in the top right there, so you can get the vapor lock out of it. So it's a loaded grease gun. A lot of guys don't know how to do this. It's not exactly intuitive, but before you unscrew it, pull this plunger out the back right there, and there's a little notch there. Now you can unscrew it from the head like this, and these just accept your regular grease tubes. Now I know this is pretty basic stuff for a lot of you guys who've worked around equipment, but it's not. I mean, it's not just automatic knowledge that everybody knows. That's why I go into detail, because there's a lot of young people that have never done this before. So your grease gun is going to have two ends on it. It's going to have your cap, your white cap there. Take that off. That'll just be a slip cap right there. And then it's going to have like a pop cap here on the top. And just as a rule of thumb for equipment, I mean, everybody has their own opinions on this, but just your general purpose Napa grease is usually is decent quality. Now has to load this way. It loads from the top. This is the top. This is the bottom where we pull the plunger out. Make sure the pop can part goes up, because the plunger won't work if you don't do that. And then once you have that, Then you just thread this on. Just easier to do it out of the vise here. Thread this on like this. Now, go ahead and release the plunger, push it in, and that will engage a spring. Man, it's snowing outside like crazy. And you can press this right here. Maybe you heard it, a little bit of air come out there, like that. And then I'll have to prime it a little bit. Keep pressing that air thing. It's super cold right now, so it might take a little bit, but it'll come. I've even give that thing a push a couple times. Seems like it works pretty good. Sometimes when you have a brand new one of these, you'll get air trapped in there. No matter what you do, you can't get grease to come out. So if you run into that with a new one, so go ahead and loosen up the head about 2 or 3 or 4 turns or so till it's just hanging on there. Pull your handle out. You can turn it a little bit till you feel it catch. If you turn it enough, it'll go all the way in, but turn it back until you come in contact, and what you do is you're forcing that plunger. So you force that plunger up until you see a little bit of grease coming out the top, like right here. See right here, we got that air pushed out of there. So now we can go ahead and tighten it up. Put our plunger back in. Now we should be able to get there we go, just like that. Save you a lot of aggravation just by that little trick. It's snowing so hard we had to switch over to the action camera here. So greasing your equipment is so important if you want it to last a long time. So how this stuff is designed is that there are bushings, pins and bushings at every portion of a piece of equipment that move, and it's designed to be greased. And how often you should grease it is about, as a rule of thumb, I would say about every time you fill up for fuel. So this particular machine here has got a 15-gallon tank, and it's kind of designed, most of them are designed to give you enough fuel plus for a good work day, a long work day without having to go refuel if it's well thought out. So if you're running it 2 hours one day and then a half hour for another day, you don't have to get out and grease it every time. But when you get in the habit, when you fuel up, just hit all your zerts. A machine that's well taken care of, you shouldn't need to do more than 2 pumps. 2 pumps is enough. Some maybe say 1. I always do 2. And that way you'll have a piece of equipment that'll last you for generations. If you don't do this, what you get is you get dry bushings when you start hearing a piece of equipment squeak. What that tells you is it's running dry. It's metal on metal, and that's bad. Everywhere, anything that moves a joint like these tie rods here, all is important to keep those greased up. Now, if you're running a piece of equipment in underwater, let's say you're using a backhoe and you're digging in water stuff, you might need to grease more often, or in sand. But for everything else, every time you gas up is good. So thanks to Wranglerstar subscribers, I have learned how to do these binders so that it makes a big difference. Actually, the first one that gave me this idea was my man Stu in Tokyo. Smart, you guys are smart. So here's the trick. So I was having so much trouble pulling these tight, even with the little trampoline tool. So what they do is they make a special chain binder that fits into the links. I don't have one of those, I'm just using a regular one, but the principle's the same. So what I do is use a chain binder to bring up that tension, and then I have counted all the links. So I want these to be centered, so I'm using 7 links down to the spring, and you can see that the ring's not centered. It's because the chain is not centered. But I'm hoping as it travels that everything kind of works itself out, and it should center itself, I'm thinking. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're all the same on each one. And then I still have to pull. I'm gonna have to get a better bite on that. It's not enough. Oh, one more link there. Okay. Now, out from underneath there. It's not very helpful. Let's see if I can grab it up here. This is not the right tool for the job, but it is working. Okay. Somewhat. Okay, let's see if I can get that on there. The last one, I get the last one here is always the hardest one. Boy, the snow's coming down today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, if you can't get that many on this last one, so what I'll do is I'll get the furthest one I can. Let's see if I can get 9, and then I'll reposition the binder. This is not something I'd want to do very often, but like once a year. They are good binders, or good tensioners, but man, oh man. Now with that, let's see if I could get another bite. If I could just get one more link up here. To get this, I can't get that last link on there. To get it, I'm gonna have to, here I use 2 binders. I'm committed now. I'm not going to quit until I have that last link. It's gotten personal now. This is not the right tool for the job here. That's all I've got though. Personal here. Can't get a purchase on anything. Everything's pulled so tight. Goodness. Just not working out for me very good. One more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't like this asymmetry. You'd think we could get that one, huh? Let's try it one more time. Let's see. Maybe pull from a different area. Good grief. All right, I'm gonna run it. Those have to run with one longer.